Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 14, verse number 22 to 25. So, Bhagavad-Gita, which is the non-different from Krishna, there is no difference absolutely between Krishna and his Vani. So, before entering to the pages of Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, let us pray our obeisances in the form of Mangalacharan, then we will go into this Bhagavad-Gita. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swamarupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Chisagan Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopes Gopika Kant Shri Radha Kant Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्णा। So, Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 14, the three modes of material nature, verse number 22 to 25. Prakasam cha pravartim cha mahameva cha pandava nadveshti sampravattani nanivrttani kankshati udasinvadasino gunayorna vichalyate गुणा वर्तन्ते इत्येवम् योवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते सम दुःखा सुखा स्वस्थः समलोष्टास्म काञ्चनः तुल्य प्रिया प्रियो धीरस् तुल्य निन्दात्म संस्तुतिः मानपमानयोस्तुल्यस् तुल्यो मितरिपक्षयोः सर्वारं परित्यागी गुणातीता स उच्यते। श्री भगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च महामेव च पाण्डवा नाद्वेष्टि संप्रवृत्तानि नानिवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति उदासीन्वदासीनो गुणयोर्न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्ते इत्येवम् योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते सम दुःखा सुखा स्वस्थः समलोष्टास्म काञ्चनः तुल्य प्रिया प्रियो धीरस् तुल्य निंदात्म संस्तुतिः मान अपमानयोस्तुल्यस् तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते। श्री भगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च महमेव च पांडव न द्वेष्टि संप्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि कांक्षति उदासीन्वदासीनो गुणयोर्न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्ते इत्येवम् योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते सम दुःखा सुखा स्वस्थः समलोष्टास्म काञ्चनः तुल्य प्रिया प्रियो धीरस् तुल्या निंदात्म संस्तुतिः मान अपमानयोस्तुल्यस् तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते। Please repeat.
प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि संप्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति उदासीनो विचार्यते
गुणा वर्तन्ते इत्येवम् योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते। नेक्स्ट। सम दुःखा सुखा स्वस्थः समलोष्टास्म काञ्चनः तुल्य प्रिया प्रियो धीरस् तुल्य निंदात्म संस्तुति। माता जी ट्राई की, जस्ट ट्राई।
अच्छा हिंदी भी कर।
मान अपमानयो तुल्यस् तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते। हरे कृष्णा। Word to word meaning, translation purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please hear. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality Godhead said, Prakasam, illumination, cha, and Pravartim, attachment, cha, and Moham, illusion, evacha, also Pandava, O son of Pandu, Nadveshti, does not hate, Sampravattani, although developed, Na nivrittani, nor stopping development, Kankshati, desires, Udasinvat, as if neutral, Asinaha, situated, Gunaihi, by qualities, Yaha, one who, Na, never, Vichalyate, is agitated, Gunaha, localities, vartante are acting, iti evam, knowing thus, yaha, one who, avtisthati, remains, na, never, ignite, flickers, ingate, ingate, flickers, some, equal, dukkha, in distress, sukha, and happiness, swasthaha, being situated in himself, say, equally, lost a lump of earth, asma, a stone, kanchana, gold, tulya, equally disposed, priya, to the dear, apriya, and the undesirable, dhiraha, study, tulya, equal, ninda, in defamation, atma sastuhi, and praise of himself, man, in honor, apmanyoho, and dishonor, tulyaha, equal, tulyaha, equal, mitra, of friends, ari, and enemies, pakshayoho, to the parties, serve, of all, arambha, endeavors, परित्यागी, renouncer, kunay atitaha, the transcendental to the material modes of nature, isaha, he, uchyate, is said to be. Please hear. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion, when they are present, or long for them when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that modes are alone are active, who is situated in self and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal towards the desirable and undesirable, who is steady, situated equally well in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats alike both friends and enemy, and who has renounced all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the modes of nature. Prabhupada writes in the purport, please hear again. Arjuna submitted 3 different questions, and the Lord answers them one after another. In these verses, Krishna first indicates that a person transcendently situated has no envy and does not hanker for anything. He doesn't have envy, doesn't hanker for anything. When a living entity stays in this material world, embodied by the material body, it is to be understood that he is under the control of one of the 3 modes of material nature. When he is actually out of the body, then he is out of the clutches of material modes of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. He should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. When one is conscious of material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to the Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. One does not need this material body, and he does not need to accept the dictations of the material body. The qualities of material bodies, material modes in the body will act, but as a spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. How does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Thus, transcendently situated, the devotee becomes automatically free. He need not try to become free from the influence of the modes of material nature. The next question concerns the dealings of the transcendentally situated person. The materially situated person is affected by so-called honor and dishonor offered to the body, but transcendentally situated person is not affected by such false honor or dishonor. He performs his duty in Krishna consciousness and does not mind whether a man honors or dishonors him. He accepts things that they are favorable for his duty in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he has no necessity of anything material, either a stone or gold. He takes everyone as his dear friend who helps in his execution of Krishna consciousness, and he does not hate his so-called enemy. He is equally disposed and sees everything on an equal level because he knows perfectly well that he has nothing to do with the material existence. Social and political issues do not affect him because he knows the situation of temporary upheavals and disturbances. He does not attempt anything for his own sake, and he can attempt anything for Krishna, but for his personal self, he does not attempt anything. By such behavior, one becomes actually transcendentally situated. Srila Prabhupada ki, such a wonderful verse and wonderful question by Arjuna. Prabhupada writes in the purport that 3 questions are asked by Arjuna. The person who is transcendently situated above the 3 modes of material nature, right? So, what are the symptoms? First thing is symptoms of a person who is situated above the material modes of nature. How does he behave? And how does he transcend the modes of material nature? So these are the basically 3 questions from Arjuna. Now the chapter is titled The 3 Modes of Material Nature. In this material creation, all of us are part of material nature, this body. So each and every body is basically affected either mode of goodness or passion or ignorance. As we saw the previous verses in this chapter, sometimes mode of ignorance is high, sometimes passion, sometimes goodness. The 3 modes, when they act, they are called 3 modes of material nature. Is something which is completely not compatible. Who are we? We are not this body. Rupa said millions of times, we are the soul, Atma. Atma, actually, if you see the 2nd canto of Bhagavad-Gita, the Sankhya Yoga, Krishna explained in detail, this Atma has nothing to do with the body. It is completely aloof from the body. But still, we are affected. How are we affected by this modes of material nature? You go to some place, visiting some tourist place, and there you hire some accommodation, right? In that accommodation, when you hire, you stay for a few days, maybe a week, maybe few weeks, maybe a month, or maybe more even. During this period, you go enter into that room and stay in that room. You develop attachment to that room. You very well know that this is my checkout date. So after checkout date, the moment the checkout date comes, the bell boy will tell, sir, this is your last day, you have to check out. Each and every one of us in this creation has a checkout date. We don't know what the checkout date. The time will come when the checkout is there. You will be knocked. Yes, time to go. During this period, when we are staying in this material body, we connect ourselves to the material body. And that's how these modes affect us. Krishna tells Arjuna that after speaking on the Sankhya Yoga, the 2.39, Esa vita Sankhya Buddhi Yogi Tumam Sunu. Buddho Yuktaya Partha Karam Bandhan Prahasasi 2.39. That reason for us to be bound in this material world is our actions. Karam Bandhan. This Karam Bandhan, the day we have no reactions, whether good or bad, to enjoy or suffer, we are free. So Karam Bandhan Prasasi. So I am going to tell you that yoga, Buddhir Yoga Tamam Suno. You hear very attentively this yoga which I am going to tell you, by knowing which you will transcend these three modes of material nature. And information for us, how do we get the information of the three modes? Of course, Bhagavad-Gita is there. The activity, the karma which we have, karma, vikarma, karma, these three karmas, classification. This is coming from our scriptures. And people talk about Vedas, right? So when Krishna is telling Arjuna, he is telling Arjuna that Nistragunya Vitha Veda, Tragunya Visa Veda, Nistraguna Bhavarjuna, Nirnado Niswato Yuruk Chema Atman. You rise above these three modes of material nature. And why do we have to rise above three modes of material nature? We have seen in this chapter till now, even if you are situated in the mode of goodness, who is situated in the mode of goodness? The demigods, the devtas, right? They are affected so much, they are also bound. How does bound? The mode of goodness, how does it binds us? By the sukha, by the happiness. So even if you are very happily situated, meaning is that we are still bound. You bring a parrot, that parrot you may put a golden cage of pure gold with diamonds embedded in that. But it's a cage is a cage, whether it's gold or iron. You are not free. So we are not free till we transcend the three modes of material nature. And what happens by transcending three modes of material nature? The moment we transcend the three modes of material nature, just to understand this philosophy, for example, when you travel on the road, right? So traveling on the road, you find the signals. You have to stop at the signal. You have to follow the regulations of the traffic lights. Green, yellow, amber. You cannot bypass that traffic light. But if you are on a helicopter, above these three, the traffic signals, you are sitting on a helicopter, you need not bother about these traffic lights. In our day-to-day life, there are so many things, Prabhuji. So many things are there which affect us. But the moment we rise above the three modes of material nature, these things are not going to affect us. So person who has already reached the stage of the three modes of material nature, Arjuna asking what is his symptoms. So in first two verses 22-23, Krishna is giving the symptoms. So what are the symptoms? That you neither hate nor long. You does not want or nor hate. What are the three things? Illumination, attachment, and delusion. So when there is a illumination means what, Prabhuji Mataji? Illumination means, it's not that light. This is not illumination. This is of course material illumination. But the real illumination. Real illumination is the knowledge. Krishna reveals the knowledge from heart to us. And that knowledge gives us the prakash. So that's why Krishna told in 14.11 before, Saradware sudehe asmin prakasa upajayate jnanam yada tada vidya vivraddham satyam dita. That manifestations of merit so much goodness can be experienced when all the gates of body are illuminated by knowledge. So when we have jnana, we have knowledge, the gates are illuminated. Gates are illuminated means what, Prabhuji Mataji? Gates, illumination means like we have how many? 9 gates we have. Now dware predehi. This body is having 9 gates, right? Let us see eyes. The job of eyes is to see, right? So you can see things which is favorable. You can see things which are not favorable. You can taste, hear, everything. It is applicable for everything. But if you have a knowledge, you have a vivek, you have a reasoning power, the moment you see something which is not favorable for your devotional life, you will take away your eyes from that. So that is knowledge, that prakash you should have. So devotee who has transcended the modes of material symptom, first thing is Krishna is telling prakash. Then he says attachment, right? Who is not having attachment? Somebody says, I don't have attachment. No. Prabhupada writes in the purport of 325.20, he says that nobody can be there without attachment. This verse says, Prasang ajram pasam atmana kavyo viduhu sa eva sadhu sukrato moksha dwaram apavratam. That every learned man knows very well that the attachment of material is the greatest entanglement for the spirit soul. When we have attachment for this body, for body extensions, all the material paraphernalia, we have attachment for this. This is entanglement. And why entanglement? Because we keep on accumulating more and more. Today I have this, I need to increase. This, I need to increase. This is going on forever. This is entanglement. Something coming in our life is not an entanglement. When we greed for that, that becomes an entanglement. And greed is the greatest enemy. For example, of course, for body maintenance, sustenance, we need something. But Krishna supplies that to us, but still we think, no, let us secure our future, our children's future. That's the greed. And because of that greed, we are entangled in this material world. But the same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. You can have attachment. You will have attachment. There is no way you will be without attachment. So this attachment, if you have for the material things, you are entangled completely. But same attachment you have for the devotees or Krishna or satsang, then it opens the door of liberation. Prabhupada writes in the purport of this, here it is clearly stated that attachment for one thing is the cause of bondage in conditions life, and the same attachment, when applied to something else, opens the door of liberation. Attachment cannot be killed. Very bold letter Prabhupada writes, attachment cannot be killed. That means attachment will be there. It is simply transferred. You can transfer the material conscious attachment to the Krishna conscious attachment. The moment you transfer your attachment to the Krishna, become Krishna conscious, you transcend the three modes of material nature. Further, Prabhupada writes that attachment of material thing is called material consciousness, and attachment for Krishna and his devotees is called the Krishna consciousness. Very nice definition Prabhupada is giving. Consciousness is therefore the platform of attachment. Our Chetna, the consciousness, this is the platform for attachment. It is clearly stated here that when we simply purify the consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, we attain liberation. Despite the statement that one should give up attachment, desirelessness is not possible for a living entity. This is the statement of Srila Prabhupada in purport. The desirelessness is not possible for a living entity. So we should transfer our attachment from the material platform to the Krishna's conscious platform. How? Through sadhus. That's what the verse says. When you have attachment to sadhus. But who is a sadhu? What is the sadhu's quality? There are so many persons are there. How do we understand who is a sadhu? The next verse says, Titikchava Karunika Titikchava, that tolerant, the person who is tolerant, Karunika, is merciful. So these so many qualities are there for sadhus which are described in the scriptures. You test, you see the person has these qualities or not, then you can say he is a pure devotee sadhu for whom we should have attachment. On top of this, Prabhuji Mataji, when we are doing these activities, we have to do activity, right? There is no living entity who can say, I am idling, I don't do any and nothing. Krishna told Bhagavad-Gita 3.5, not for a moment you can be there without doing any activity. You must do activity. So when we have attachment, in 3.19 Krishna is telling, Tasma sakta sitam karyam kram samachara asaktoi acharan karma paramapnoti purusaha. Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of the activities, one should act as a matter of duty. We simply should act as a matter of duty. We should not do anything else. We should not be having a proprietorship. This I am doing, this result I will get it. That is demurring mentality. By working without attachment, one attains the supreme. The day you start working without attachment, that means attachment you have transferred from material things to the Krishna consciousness level. That means you attain supreme. And Krishna is telling that not only you, Arjun, I am also duty bound. I am also supposed to do my duties. In 3:22 and 23, if I don't do these duties, then what will happen? I will be not, if I do not do these duties, there are no prescribed duties. I don't have to obtain anything, yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. So I must do duty whatever is in this time given to me. And if I don't do this, yadi aham na vartayam jatu karmani tinditaha mam vartmanu mandante manusya parth sarvasaha. I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Partha, certainly all men will follow my path. Because if you don't do duty properly, Krishna doesn't do, the people follow the path, and that will be, people will go down. That is why these sadhus, they always, what they do, they follow the whatever is given in the scriptures, whatever Krishna has told. Titik chukka karnuka surda sarvadevi tehi nam ajasatravaha santa sadhava sadhu bhushanaha. So how many qualities? Titikchava, they are tolerant. Karunika, they are merciful. Suhrda, they are friendly to everybody. Like Krishna says, 520 Suhrda, Bhoktaram Iktapsam, Sarlokmaisam, Suhrda Sarvbhutanam, Gyatam Santim Richati. Suhrda, Krishna is Suhrda, Sadhu is also Suhrda. And Sarvadehi Nam, to all living entities. It should not become like we differentiate. You are dear, you are not dear to me. I don't talk to you. No. Sarvadehi Nam. Ajasatva doesn't have any enemy. He is peaceful. These are the qualities of a sadhu. So such a sadhu, we should be having attachment for such a sadhu. Then he talks about delusion. Mohameva. When we talk of delusion, like Arjun had a illusion or a delusion, right? So Arjun doesn't want to fight. So Krishna gave him so much whole of Bhagavad-Gita just to remove his delusion. And he told clearly to Arjuna, the day when your intelligence will pass the dense forest of delusion, yadate moh kalilam buddhirvati trishyati tatagantas nirvedam sotavasatasacha. So your intelligence should pass through the dense forest of this delusion. You shall become indifferent to all that has been seen, heard, and to be heard. So this is such an important thing. So the person who has transcended the mortal material nature, he has already reached a stage where these things doesn't matter to him. His intelligence has crossed the dense forest of delusion. He's talking about dvesti. You should not be jealous. You should not be thinking otherwise for others. Right? Whole of Bhagavad-Gita, the most important, most confidential knowledge is given by Krishna to Arjuna in chapter 9. In the beginning of chapter 9, what is telling? Idam tote guhyatmam pravakshami anasuyave jnanam vijnanam sahitam yadgyatva moksha. I am giving you the most confidential knowledge. The reason is only what is the reason? Anasuyave. You are not jealous, not dvesti. You don't hate anybody else. So this is very proven. Then kankshati, saying you should not have any desires. Just now we saw you cannot be desireless, right? Prabhupada wrote in that report. But he's saying you should not have desires. Meaning is what? You should not have material desires. You can have any amount of spiritual desires, but material desires binds you, spiritual desires, Krishna conscious desires liberates you. They takes you near to Krishna. Otherwise, what happens with material desires? What they do? They bind you, these material desires. In 7.20, Krishna told Bhagavad-Gita, Kame stese hirti jnana prapadante ne devta tam tam nistaya prakritya neta swaya. Kame stese hirti jnana. That whose intelligence is stolen by material desires. If we are full of material desires, automatically your intelligence is gone. If intelligence is gone, then how will we make the way for us to go back to Godhead? Back home, back to Godhead. And you should be equipoised. The equipoise is a very, very important thing, Prabhuji Mataji. How can you be equipoised? Krishna told in 9.1, Samoham Surabhutesu, Namidosti na priya, Ye bhajitvam bhaktya maititesu chapiyam. Samoham Surabhutesu. In all living entities, should be equally equipoised. Don't see somebody down, somebody good, somebody no. You should be equipoised. Equal to all basically. When you have this vision that you see everybody equal, Ajasatrava, you will not have any enemy because you are not making differentiation. How the Mahabharata took place? Because Dhritarashtra, he simply differentiated Dharamchetre Kurukshetre Samveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. He differentiated, distributed, he divided Pandava and Mamka, he divided, and that became the seed for the Mahabharata war. So you should be equipoised, Prabhuji Mataji. If you are not equipoised, then he's talking about later on some low stasma kanchana, that such a person sees earth, stone and gold the same level. It doesn't differentiate. We have a very nice example of this. Srila Sanatana Goswami. You know that pastime, maybe knowing that one Brahmana from Varanasi, he came, he was told by Lord Shiva that you go to Sadhu in Vrindavan and all your money problem will go. So he came, he said, I've been sent, so I heard that you have a paras money. Give me the paras money, touch a stone, which can convert anything iron to the gold. Sanatana Goswami said, oh yes, you want that, okay. That is lying in the dustbin outside. Take it. He went, picked up the touchstone paras money, tested, oh yes, it is real. It can convert everything to all the iron to the gold. I am the richest person of the world now. Went. Then he was thinking, this Sadhu Baba looks very intelligent. He has put this touchstone into the garbage, in the dustbin. That means he has much more valuable things than this. So he came running back. That you have something more valuable. This touchstone you kept in the garbage. You have? Oh yes, I have. You want? Yes, I want. Do one thing. Go throw this touchstone parasman to the Yamuna. Take bath. Put tilak, everything, come back. Then Nam Chintamani. Sanatana Goswami gave him the Nam Chintamani. So Sadhu sees earth, stone or gold same. No difference, Prabhuji Mataji. See, Srila Prabhupada in the when he wrote so many purports of the Bhagavad-Gita, one of the purport he writes that in the purport of 6.7 and 6.8, Chitadmana prasantasya paramatma samahitaha situnsu dukkhesu tatha manapamaneyo Gyan Vigyan Traptatma Kutasto Vijitendriya Yukta Yogi Samlostasma Kanchana. Is coming twice in the Bhagavad-Gita. Samlostasma Kanchana. That person who is said to be established self-realization and is called yogi when he is fully satisfied by the virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything either in pebbles, stone or gold as the same. And in this purport, Prabhupada writes, he quotes from Bhakti Sama Sindhu 1-2-234, Atha Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Gayam Indriyaha Sammukhe Jivadyo Swam Eva Spurtita. No one can understand the transcendental nature of name, form and quality of and pastime of Sri Krishna through his material contaminated senses. So Krishna's name, fame, qualities cannot be understood by our contaminated material senses. For that, what you need Guru Kripa and Krishna Kripa. Through that only we can understand that. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord, or transcendental name, form, quality, person, Lord revealed to him. Otherwise, they are not revealed. Then Krishna is talking that he should be is sama, right? In the sama in what? Tulla ninda stuti. When somebody praises you, somebody abuses you, you should be equipoised, right? Actually speaking, even if you are very highly situated in the spiritual platform also, you may be thinking that I am situated at this level, I have done this, I have done that. If you go to 16th chapter, when you go to 16th chapter, Krishna compares this to a demonic qualities. When it is for our name, fame, and our sense gratification. In doing all these activities, we should be doing all activities in such a way that these things does not affect us. Sadhu does the same activity, British person the same activity, but the consciousness is different. How is different? Krishna told in Bhagavad-Gita 5.10, Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam taktva karotiya lippate sana papena padma pantram imambasa. What is telling? One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by these sinful actions. Unaffected. As the lotus leaf is untouched by the water. Just one small story, time is going to be there. For this to understand this key aspect, there were two brahmacharis. They were staying in a hermitage with their guru, and guru sent them across the river. The hermitage was on the bank of the river. You go and bring something from the market, or some work is there, you come back by evening. When they were returning, they found no boat on the river, and river is full to the brim. It's full. And they knew swimming very well. They said, okay, we'll go by swimming across this river. Then suddenly they heard somebody is crying. They looked at one beautiful lady was sitting there. She was crying. Said, ask what happened. She came running to them when she saw them. Said, please help me. What happened? I went for some work. My home is across this river. If I don't reach, my family members may not accept me. I'm outside for the night time, those olden days. So somehow I have to cross there. Please help me. So there is no boat. How will you help me? Said, if I don't cross, I'm gone. I'll drown. Then one of the brahmacharis said, no problem. I will help you. I will swim. You sit on my shoulder. I'll take you across and then you go. She sat and they went. When they crossed the river, the other brahmachari who refused in the beginning, he said, my friend, today you have lost your brahmacharya because you have touched a young girl sitting on your shoulder, and brahmachari is not supposed to do that, and she was so beautiful, lost. I'm going to complain about you. Went to their master, their guru, and this fellow went faster. Said, Guruji, today so and so, my friend has lost his brahmacharya. You have to take him out from the ashram. He is not fit for this. What happened? He made the whole story. Said, such a nice, beautiful, like this. He described the girl. He said she was sitting and he put her on her shoulder and he touched her, these things. Fine. Then this fellow came by. behind. He said, he's telling about you something. What happened? I don't remember anything. He said, he's telling, oh, that Guruji, that she was in a deep distress. So I just helped her. I forgot about it. When Guru told this brahmachari who was complaining, see, he did his duty as a duty, matter of duty. He forgot about her. But that girl is still sitting in your mind. You are talking about how she was beautiful, this thing. He is not affected, but you are affected. Our actions should be in such a way that whatever action we are doing, nahi kaschin chadamapi jato tishtati karam karat. Not for a moment we can be without doing activity. So our actions should be in such a way that these actions doesn't affect our consciousness. Our consciousness remains above the three modes of material nature. When that happens, Krishna ensures that you are going to come to me, you are going to attain my nature. And this is the beauty of Srimad Bhagavad-Gita. In simple words, simple formula, Krishna passes such a message that if we follow that, we can definitely reach our ultimate goal of this human life. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki, Gurudev ki jai. Gopimanande Hare Hare. Time is up still, but there is no class further. If you have any question, we can take one or two questions. Prabhuji.